Board, so that's all.
Client's got it. Perfect.
All right, welcome to week 8 of the Business Plan Boot Camp. Thank you so much, all of you, for sticking it out with us and coming every week. It means so much, really, to us. I would just like to take a moment and run down our agenda. We're just going to do quick introductions because we do have 2 new people with us tonight that are usually virtual, so that's really exciting. We are then going to go through some quick takeaways from each week real quick. And we do have a special where we have a little message from each of the presenters to you. So I'm really excited to share that with you all. And then it's your pitches. So I know you guys have been practicing, and Professor Kurt Hersch has been kind enough to be here tonight to offer feedback. So we're really lucky to have that. Because he does that with all of the classes that he teaches entrepreneurship here at Gannon. So super excited. Thank you very much, Kurt, for being here with us.
Excited to listen.
And then we're going to have some closing remarks, and then maybe we're going to have some pomp and circumstance and a little graduation ceremony. So we have a jam-packed evening. Hopefully we'll be done a little early so that we can all partake in some of the festivities. And we are recording it just so that we have it. So again, we had 8 weeks of fun, right? We started off with Dave Cullen, and he talked to us just about what is a business plan, why is it important to have it, as well as description of your business, your statement of purpose. All of that was very important, right? That was kind of like our intro week. Week 2, we then had Kurt Hersch, who talked to us about market and competitive analysis. We went on to week 3 of marketing and branding with Tom Laird. Week 4 was Dr. Joe Kashinikov with revenue forecasting. You have a thing at 7:30 tonight, don't forget. Thank you. Week 5, we had Karen Respecki with management and personnel. Week 6 was Renee Castrugano, and she talked to us about financial projections. And last week we had that awesome panel discussion on funding sources. And then tonight we are just here to wrap everything up. So to review, Dave Cullen kind of started us off from Evident Financial. And some of his key takeaways was a business plan is used to be, to start off with your brain dump. Put all your ideas down and then organize them into the different areas. It's also good to have it down on paper because it's a reality check for you. You have it written out, you're talking to people about it. Is it something that you should go forward with? What is your feedback that you're getting from people that you're kind of talking to about your idea? As well as writing it down, it may spark you in another tangent, right? To all put in your business plan, collect your thoughts so that you're not just going, bleh. When you get in front of people or funders, you actually have a document that's well thought of. You've kind of laid out your roadmap, so to speak. And it makes you legitimize yourself when you go and talk to people. It has your action plan and where you're going to go the next 3 years, right? 3 to 5 years. And it's also a communication tool to talk to people about. Okay, so now I hope you on Zoom can hear this because I have to do a little something to make this work.
Hello, boot campers. This is Dave Cullen. I want to first congratulate you all for completing the 8-week course. I had the privilege of presenting in week 1, and it does seem like a very long time ago. So once again, congratulations. I also want to thank Kathy Roach and her team for putting on a terrific program, a lot of hard work behind the scenes. I want to read something for you that I received from a mentor very early in my career. I wish I could give credit to the author. I don't know who wrote it, but let me just read it. It's a short note, and it's entitled, "Your Moment Has Come," which I think is applicable to you all here, so I'll read this. "The future is yours in all its mystery and promise. Walk down life's winding pathways with courage, humor, and hope, savoring fully your triumphs and learning from your trials. Strive to live to the best of your ability by those personal standards of honor and excellence which only you can set. Cherish above all your individuality. Realize always that you are capable of achieving the only kind of success in life that really matters, that of being at peace with yourself and with the world around you. Your moment has come. The world awaits. The future is yours. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you so much, Dave. And Dave is actually zoomed in, so he is here participating. So thank you very much, Dave. That was, I really liked the saying that you did. I actually cried when I was watching it earlier. So thank you very much. I think I probably missed something else. There we go. So we had Kurt Hersch come in from Gannon University and kind of talk to us about market and competitive analysis. And some of his key takeaways were, right, number one, listen to the customer, right? You may think you have solved the problem, but if you don't actually talk to customers and people that you think need your product, you could be way off base. So it's always important to listen to your customer, as well as focus on the niches in your customer segments, right? Solve the pain, solve the problem that they have, as well as the ABCs of always be closing. You always have to be on, because you never know who you're going to be talking to or see somewhere, right? So you always have to have your game on, always have to have that elevator pitch right at the ready. Always lead with your heart, tell the story, suck them in, right? Make them want to be like, oh my gosh, here's my wallet. I love the idea, where can I buy it? And remember the 4 Ps of product, place, promotion, and price. And we are actually fortunate to have Kurt here in person who would like to say a few words.
Yeah, okay, great. So it's nice to see you guys at the end of this, right? So congratulations. So the things I was going to talk about are, it's kind of a dichotomy of being an entrepreneur. There's like a duality. So part of it is, 2 of the aspects are, the difference between no and blind faith. So if you're an entrepreneur, there are a lot of people that are going to tell you no, and that you can't do this and that, for very good reasons, like they're just trying to be helpful, to very bad reasons, like they're jealous. So they're always going to tell you, hey, when you tell them your idea, they're going to say, you're too young, you don't have enough money, you don't have enough experience, all those no's. And if you listen to those no's, you'll never experience the entrepreneurial journey. But the opposite end of that is to have like blind faith, that everything you do is exactly right. So you got to balance between those 2, right? And the best way to balance is kind of what Kathy had up there, which was one of the takeaways, is your customers are a great balance. So you got to believe in your heart that you can do it, because if you don't believe it yourself, you don't feel strongly, you'll never go forward. But you can't be blind to the reality. And the people that can help you understand where the reality actually is your customers. So I know I said this when I was up here before, but your customers will tell you everything you need to know as long as you listen to them. So ask them and listen to them. The second part of this like duality of being an entrepreneur, the highs and lows. So an entrepreneur is someone who rides a roller. The entrepreneurial journey is a roller coaster. It's extremely high highs and extremely low lows. My only suggestion would be, as an entrepreneur, don't ride that roller coaster emotionally, right? Your business will be, we'll see highs, very highs, and lows and very lows. And if you ride that, all the highs and the lows, you'll be emotionally exhausted. So what you try to do is feel good when it's good, and feel bad when it's bad, but never go to the extremes. When people are telling you the greatest thing ever, don't believe the hype. And when you feel like you're the worst person in the world, don't believe that. So as it goes highs and lows, you just kind of need to moderate somewhat in the middle. Feel good about the good things, feel bad about the bad things, but don't let it overcome you, because you need to be focused on the future. So good luck.
Thank you very much, Kurt. Then we had week 3 with Tom Laird from Expedia. And he talked to us a lot about how to brand yourself, right? How to use social media, how to know that podcasting is really where to go. That's where he got most of his business, is just from doing podcasts and thoughts of the day. Because he's a call center, he became the knowledge person in that, right? Very important. You want to be the expert in your field, and you want to share that knowledge. Now, I was trying to look for a picture, and he posts every day, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 times a day, and I was looking for a picture back in December. He posted the groundhog seeing his shadow. He actually posted the thing. But that created, I kind of watched, like, oh yeah, that's right. And then he posted at Christmas the snowstorm and commented on it. But he is every day posting. And that's how you want to become the expert in your field and then share that wealth in all different kinds of platforms. And then he talked about all the different ways and, how you can use that. So like for Facebook and Instagram with employee engagement and Twitter for business and LinkedIn, you just want to crush that and use that every day. Put something on your calendar, right? He mentioned to just post something every day, knowledge, a thought, whatever. TikTok is the hottest place to be, and there are professional TikTok platforms out there to actually start using that to talk and share your wealth of information, as well as YouTube. Rinse and repeat daily, he said, right? You don't have to create different content for every single one of those social media platforms, right? You can take it across all of those platforms and maybe just tweak it a little bit. And then we have a little message from Tom.
Hi guys, congratulations on graduating from the business boot camp. I think it's an amazing thing that Gannon's doing to try to help entrepreneurs and those of you who are trying to start your business up, right, to kind of lay the foundation. Remember, for my class, you got to be your own media company. Start to think on how you can produce content that not only advertises your business, but adds value, right, to people that are going to listen in kind of the channels that you're trying to connect with. So again, that's probably the main takeaway, right? Start to produce content, add value to other people, and I think you're going to have some success on a lower budget, especially from early marketing. So again, congratulations, guys. I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do in the future.
And thank you very much, Tom, for that. Week 4, we had one of our most interactive weeks, right? Where we had Dr. Kashinikov talking about pricing and revenue forecasting. The light bulbs went on, and oh my gosh, this is how I sales forecast, right? And we did a lot with formulas. But the big thing was the hockey stick, right? Talking about the hockey stick and your growth and where the idea takes off, your business is starting to take off, and you shoot up just like the hockey stick from the L, right? Talking about the difference between pricing strategy that's external and pricing model, which is internal. And really go to school on your competition. Know your competition. See what they're doing. Seeing how they're forecasting will help you with your forecasting. And then Renee Kostyugano kind of said the same thing, right, when it was her week. We also talked about the 6 steps to choosing the right pricing strategy for you. And then we also had our formulas, right? It was kind of a race. Letitia was crushing it that week. She was raising her hand going 25, 42, 50, right? But then again, here are the different formulas in order to get that forecasting into your business plan. And then we have a little note from Joe.
Congratulations. This is Dr. Joseph Kishinikov speaking to you today. And I'd like to take this moment and thank you for coming through the boot camp. It stretched you, made you think of a lot of new things. It was my pleasure to teach you and to show you about pricing and revenue forecasting. If you remember the themes and comments made by great entrepreneurs, all of you have great potential, and I look forward to learning more about how you lead your companies forward. It would be a pleasure for me to talk to each one of you. And think about this. Consider collaborating with classes here as you continue to grow. You have so much to give, both here at the university, to our community, and to our world. Dream big and make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. And when he talked about collaboration, his capstone classes and his master's classes actually use real-world companies. So right now, because he even got more students, he is working with 8 companies or 7 companies right now this semester in 2 classes. And it's all free to you guys. So he's using 5 companies for data analytics. He's using 2 companies to do a deep dive business strategy and pitch deck. And it's a whole semester. And you collaborate with the students. And you're getting information, you're getting, great wealth of knowledge, and those kids are actually using real companies to do that. So something to think about for when you get up and going a little farther along. Week 5 was about management and personnel. We learned about the squirrels, right? Everyone did a squirrel. With Karen Respecki, who is the owner of Mason Jars as well as Makerspace. And she kind of talked to us about, have a clear set of goals for the employee, because if you're wishy-washy, they're going to be wishy-washy, and that's not good for either of you, right? Have that 90-day probationary period to make sure it works out for both of you. Have a performance review be part of that. Remember the squirrel interviewees, the ambitious one, the lucky one, and the distracted one. You want to really make sure that it's just not one of those traits, and that you really have a well-rounded person for that. And mentorship really is the key to employee success. So when you start to grow and you need to have employees, right, really remember mentorship. It's not say, hey, see ya, right? You really want to take the time to nurture them, because they're there to help you, but they can't help you if they don't know, right, is what she really was talking about. And Karen was a little camera shy, but she just wanted to say congratulations on completing the boot camp. She's really impressed with your discipline to succeed. A favorite quote of mine from Joel Baker is, vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. And she says, go change the world. Next, we had 3 weeks ago, really, we had Dr. Renee Castrugano from Gannon, who talked to us about financial projections, right? And she really gave us a Gannon class for that. But she really talked about the best and easiest way to help you get started is look at your competition. Go and find their annual report. Find out all the information you can about how they are forecasting. What are they saying is going to happen in the next couple of years? And use that as your base in order to do your financial projections. Talked about top-down approach, where you're actually looking at the market segments and the trends, and then drilling down in order to do your financial projections. Or bottom-up just says, hey, I'm just going to worry about me. I'm just going to look at my company and my constraints, my money situation, and go from there to do my financial projections, right? And that you need to make sure that your narrative, right, when she talks about the biggest mistakes, your narrative has to match your numbers. That's a red flag to people if it doesn't. Don't be overly optimistic or too pessimistic in your projections. You don't explain your funding very well. It's very cloudy. Your assumptions aren't defined on how you got to those numbers. You left out all of your operating expenses or important operating expenses, and you don't have enough employees when you say, I'm going to grow it $1 million, and you just have yourself, right, as steps. So just some of the 6 common mistakes when you are talking about financial projections that people do. Renee was also a little shy to do a video, but she wanted to wish you the best of luck on your entrepreneurial journey. She applauds you for taking the risk to follow your dreams. And if she can be any help, please reach out to her. And I do have contact information for everyone in your packet. And may God bless you on your journey. Last week, we had our Rockstar panel group, right? We were lucky enough to have 3 funders from the area come and talk about how they fund, what they look for in a company, what you should be looking for, right? And the key takeaway, stay away from jerk investors, right? Yeah. My gosh, that was fantastic. But really to build a relationship with your investor, right? They're interviewing you to see if you're a good fit for their funding source, but you're also interviewing them. And if you don't feel comfortable with them, you really should look for something else to do. Right? When they're looking at the CEO of the company, they want to see that you are committed to your business and just like, yeah, I think I want to do it, and you're not prepared. Plus, you have integrity. That's a big key for them. Remember that the investor, as I mentioned, you're interviewing each other. Always do your homework and come prepared. You want to practice just like you practice the pitch. You want to practice what you're going to say. You want to do your homework so you walk in confident saying, yes, you want me because I have the best idea ever. Right? And again, stay away from jerk investors. So we have Brian and we have Jordan actually on listening in. And here's our first message to you from Brian.
Has it already been 8 weeks? Congratulations, ETI Business Bootcamp graduates. Way to go. I cannot wait to continue to work with you on your entrepreneurial journey and really look forward to when you come by and say you need some help or you need some cash or you just want to talk. Remember, when you're seeking funding, the #1 rule is stay away from the jerks. Congratulations again. Couldn't be happier for you. Proud of all of your efforts. Evenings, mornings, weekends, all the time you've spent getting to this point. Celebrate, be proud, and can't wait to see you out here on the entrepreneurial trail. Be well.
Thank you very much, Brian. Next, we're going to hear from Catherine Easterling from Bridgeway Capital's Minority Accelerator Program.
Hello, bootcamp survivors. It was such a pleasure to be with you all last week, and I thank you for the time allowing us to all express, how we are excited for our entrepreneurship ecosystem, but as well as your thoughts and ideas and questions. So congratulations. I understand that, you will be graduating soon and doing your, 2-minute elevator pitch. Be confident, be focused, be intentional. Have integrity. That's a huge part. And I think Brian and Jordan and myself could not stress that enough, is that integrity part is very, very poignant in this process. Stay away from the jerks. Always remember that. That's going to be a model to live by. But also to just to be excited about your business, be excited about your project, be excited about this new venture that you're getting into. Tap into all of the resources. I can't say this enough. There are so many resources available within our ecosystem that you can literally find the answer to any question, or someone can point you in that right direction. So I be open to critique, I think is a good thing. And just to be honest and open is a great thing in this entrepreneurship process. So congratulations on all that you have done and all that you have succeeded on taking the initial steps in this process. And I look forward to see each and every one of your guys' businesses and seeing how we could be of any assistance to any of you guys. Congratulations again. And thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey.
Thank you very much, Catherine. And then we have Jordan Fuller from Secure Erie, as well as part of the Erie Regional Chamber and Growth Partnership. And he's also online.
Your business plan bootcamp. Thank you for taking some time to have a conversation last week with Brian and Catherine and myself. It was a lot of fun, great conversation, great questions. I hope it was helpful for you. It was definitely helpful for us as we were learning about some of the things that younger entrepreneurs in the next generation of businesses are thinking about as they're going into raising their capital funding. If there's any way that you, as you're developing your business, that you think that maybe I or the Chambers Network might be able to be of assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm sure Kathy can. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Jordan. And thank you for being on tonight, everybody. So week 8, putting it all together, right? We're just kind of summarizing tonight. How many of you actually have been writing each week, or at least reviewing, tweaking? Excellent. Thank you.
You're supposed to raise your hands?
You are supposed to raise your hands, yeah. Thank you. And so looking at me like a nuts lady. Well, good. And that's really why we did this, is so that it's not such a daunting task of, oh my gosh, I have to write a business plan. Oh, I just have to write this section this week. And I just have to write that section. Really just kind of taking it down so it's not overwhelming for you. Right? Your journey doesn't stop today, right? This is only one small part of the bus stop on your journey to becoming a successful entrepreneur, right? And we are always here for you, right? Just because this is our last Wednesday together doesn't mean that we are going to forget you, that, oh yeah, good luck. Right? We are always here for you. We are a phone call away. We are an email away. And we really would love to see your business plans. And I know each of the presenters would love to look at their section that they presented of the business plan and give you feedback. That's what we are here for. Plus, you are going to be bombarded, not bombarded, but you are on the special invitation list, so all of our programming that we do, you will be invited to. Our next series is going to be Marketing and Branding 101 with Tom Laird. So we're going to be starting that up probably beginning of March, and that's 3 or 4 weeks that we will be doing that. So that's our next big one. But again, please use the resources that we have in your packet of information. This is everybody who presented and their email addresses. So please reach out. And of course, here is ours. And then I just have to say, class is dismissed. Not really, but at least this portion of it. So at this time, I am going to pick a name.
No, I'm last.
You know what? Oh, if we say that, then that means you're first.
No.
Right? You go first and you get it over with, then you're not nervous anymore.
That's totally what I was.
Oh my God. All right, so here we go.
Century.
Huh?
I don't know, is it it?
That was actually Diana.
Okay.
Okay, all right, here we go. All right, I have Jeremy. G. Woo.
Ready whenever you guys are. Am I good to go?
You go right ahead. I'm just going to gallery it.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy Page, CEO of Seed. And before I get started, I actually like to see you see you guys raise your hand. So if you could currently afford to pay a $400 emergency fund, raise your hand. So like a $400 like emergency fund came up right now, you had to pay, raise your hand. So. See, so that's actually one of the biggest issues is that 44% of Americans actually cannot afford a $400 emergency fund. And that's the reason why I also didn't raise my hand. So during the whole entire COVID thing, I found out that a lot of people, mainly people of color, cannot afford a $400 emergency fund. Now, in doing my research of this, I thought, why is this? Is there like a problem that we're not as smart? Is there a problem in terms of our spending? And really, when it got down to it, it's been decades of poor management of money and also not equal opportunities. That is why through Seed, I hope to finally bridge the gap between underrepresented demographics in terms of generating wealth and income over time. So one of the main ways I believe that this is possible is that there has to be some type of social interaction. So think LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, but generated around a group of savvy financial people sharing ideas with each other and also branding and also expanding their general knowledge. So that's why through Seed, I will use a podcast, social media platforms, and imagine Dave Ramsey mixed with Duolingo application right on their phone. Because I do really believe that if in these lower income areas that are underrepresented, if we can use the technology of financial literacy, computer skills, and decision making, I believe that I can help these areas generate generational wealth over time so that everyone can have an equal opportunity to grow. And that's why ideally, I hope that one day Seed can be in everyone's hand.
Kurt, some feedback?
Yeah. Actually, do you mind staying up there?
Yeah, got to be in the hot seat.
So,
I actually learned that from you. In class, you said you got to use the whole room.
So first of all, this is the toughest, I think this is the toughest presentation anybody ever gives. So, we have students that do presentations all throughout their entire 4 years at Gannon, and I have them as seniors, and they can do a 20-minute pitch, and they can get up there and talk for 10 minutes, but when you say go give like a 2-minute presentation that captures everything, everybody's eyes dilate. So just realize that, like, you're not alone. Now, if you don't feel that, good for you. You are like 0.5%. But if your heart's pounding and you're like, that's totally normal, okay? And the other thing I was gonna say is it will get easier over time, right? Your first sales pitch won't be nearly as good as your second one, and your third will be better than your second. And it's just you got to work on your tool set. So the kind of the model that I like to give feedback in is I wish, what if? Okay, so here's what I liked. Good intro. You introduced yourself. You established your credibility with your title. I thought your entire presentation was smooth. I did like that you moved around the room because you were talking to a group of people. And obviously you wouldn't do that if you were talking to one person, but I thought it was good that you were engaging with everybody. I wish. So I get what you were trying to do with the question. But I think it's a little dangerous, because like, well, how many people here can afford a $400 fee? And if everybody raises their hand, you kind of have lost your, like, the pain. But yeah, I can. Okay, thanks. And then, you know, so what I would suggest you do is you ask it more like, almost like you're telling a story. Like, do you know, it's a rhetorical question. Hi, my name's Jeremy Page, and I'm with Seed, you know, to kind of describe what Seed is. And then kind of say it like this. Are you aware that, give me your facts, give me your statistic. Are you aware that 80% of, give me the statistic.
44% of Americans cannot afford a $400 emergency fund.
Yeah, and hit that hard. Are you aware that 44% of Americans are unable to handle a $400 emergency charge?
Right.
And then let that sit almost, and say like, that's almost half of everybody. And then you stress where your market is it especially affected in?
People of color.
Okay, yeah, and hit that. And then maybe give a little bit, so instead of asking that question where, you know, it's like, it's almost like, do you like me? Yeah, if you're like, yes, then I'm good to go. And if you're like, no, I'm kind of stuck. So instead of that, I'm saying, do you realize that 44% of all Americans can't afford a $400 charge? And then maybe tie that into your value proposition. So it's Seed, is it Seed? Is it Seed?
Seed, yeah, it stands for Sustainable Education for Economic Development.
So it's Seed, what we're trying to do, and throw your value proposition in there.
Right.
Like, you know, what we're trying to do is we're trying to educate, talk about your demographic, you know, have this pain, and we're trying and what are you trying, and then what's your end goal at Seed? Yeah. And what we're trying to do is, and you said it at the end, but say it maybe in the middle.
Yeah, so I basically said, we're trying to help people generate generational wealth, because that's the biggest problem. A lot of people can't afford college, a lot of people can't afford these.
Love that, love that. I wish you maybe would have talked about a few of your competitors and thrown them under the bus.
True.
You know, unlike Susie Orman, you know, if you've got a 401k and you want to invest, you know, like, you know, throw a couple of them under the bus so that you kind of are already differentiating yourself. So what if? What if you know, it's kind of like, what if you tied that question to a specific pain, that rhetorical question? And maybe even go a little bit further. So, and you said like, you know, 44% of Americans can't afford a $400 charge. So let's talk about what $400 is. Like, that's a visit to the emergency room and meds, right? That is 1 month's rent. That is, you know, like maybe, I'm not sure, maybe, you know, see that place? And then at the very end, Jeremy, make sure you have a call to action. Because you've gotten me interested. So you don't want to be like if you go to the car dealer, they're not like, hey, look at this car, isn't this car amazing? And you're like, yeah, that car's amazing. They're like, okay, great. You know, they're like, okay, let's get you into that car. So make sure you have a call to action. And I find that like you've got a hook at the beginning, like, hi, I'm Jeremy Page. Do you know that 44% of all Americans can't even afford a $400, and we're talking about intergenerational wealth? You tell them, and at the end, you go. If you believe as strongly as I do that the creation of intergenerational wealth is a ladder to success of all kinds, then could we have a meeting? Let's set up a meeting to discuss how you could help, depending on who you're talking to, right? How you could help fund Seed, how you could introduce Seed to communities that could benefit and so on.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Steve. Sarah Hanks, Leverage for Data.
I'm taking a crutch.
Whoa. There's no crutches in elevators.
Oh, I have done so many elevator speeches in the last 6 months, and I've had to reiterate them so many different times, and I still don't get it right.
That's
So I'm looking forward to some more feedback. And, all right. Hi, I'm Sarah Hanks, with the CEO of Leverage for Data. Anytime people need to make a big purchase, it often involves gathering a bunch of paperwork. If you're buying a house, you need to get your mortgage information, maybe some warranty clauses, maybe some insurance information, and it's often a big pain in the rear end to collect all this information. Well, for manufacturers in the supply chain industry, this problem they feel every day with every part that they sell. They have to collect piles of paperwork just to even gain business. Errors are very common in this space. In fact, 60% of the time, they're delivering late to their customers. And 8% of the time, the parts that they deliver are defective. Leverage for Data removes this headache with manufacturing paperwork so that our customers make fewer mistakes. Sure, there are other competitors out there that do the same thing, but you're gonna have to wait 3 months just for them to answer the phone, to take a call, to even get a trial run. And sure, there's competitors out there, but that competition is happy to take our customer's wallet and empty it and through their software, and they even have to hire people to get the application up and running. Leverage for Data's solution can be set up in minutes and create these documents in seconds so that our customers can focus on what's important to them, which is making good quality parts on time and on budget. Woo!
Nice job. Nice job. Yeah, it's like a firing squad. I didn't mean to
We just got really bad reviews with the one we did yesterday morning, so.
What?
Okay, so
I had to revamp it completely, but that's okay.
and you're gonna keep doing it. You know, it's kind of like that old, I think I probably, maybe I said this when I came. Listen to everybody, follow nobody. So sometimes too much advice is just too much advice.
Yes.
So, well, I'm gonna tell you, like, don't go and revamp everything. Go, okay, I agree with that, and no, I'm gonna ignore that, Yeah, I agree with that. You have to own it. And I thought you did a really good job of owning it. So I like, first of all, good energy, really good energy. And I liked how you started with a pain. Like you introduce yourself, you establish credibility, and you kind of introduce us into the pain of the user. And I thought that was really good to get the person in the mindset of your user. I wish you would have made it more painful.
Okay.
And I wrote quantify the pain. So don't talk in generics. Don't get into like 3.178%, but add a little bit more. Now you did actually a little bit later say 60% of shipments are late and 8% are defective. But can you do your pain again? Like do your pain piece.
Oh.
Like just do the first 20 seconds of your pitch again.
Okay, so when you are selling something major in your life, you have to go through and collect all this paperwork. And you have to, I'm not giving it.
No, you said like a house.
Yeah, if you're selling a house, you need to find your mortgage, you need to maybe get it appraised, you need to look at your warranty, what's open on it, understand your insurance.
I liked it, very accessible example. Now transition it into your industry's pain. So just like a house.
Just like selling a house, manufacturers, when they have to sell to their customers, they go through this painstaking process every single part that they sell. So take that pain and multiply it by 10 to 20 times in any given week, and balls get dropped and errors are made.
So the only thing I would suggest,
Okay.
and I love it, is try to bring it a little bit more into a concrete, that it's not so general.
Okay.
So maybe try to find an example. Like for example.
It's Friday night, it's 5 o'clock, a good friend of mine, he's getting ready to go to happy hour. He gets a phone call from the shipping department. They're ready to ship parts and they discover wrong material. He has to call his customer and have a conversation, and he ends up late to happy hour because he is Anyway, he's dealing with that or
That's
something.
the general
Like,
concept.
that's a legit,
And I like that.
Okay.
But
make it brief.
no, yeah, but I like it. But I would say so for example, sometimes a customer will be shipping something. They'll figure out that it's the wrong material. They don't have the right shipping address. The shipper, list through a bunch of boom, 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 boom. All the things that could go wrong. It's got to go through 8 different departments before it gets whatever it is. Lean into the pain.
Okay.
I wouldn't get super specific because you'll lose people,
Okay.
but it's almost like, just like if you're getting a mortgage and you have to get your W-2s and the last 2 employment stubs and copies of your banking, and it's the same thing when people ship stuff. Like, we think it's so easy, but there's so much involved.
Yeah.
And there's so much involved if things go right. If something goes wrong, there's so many departments or areas or things that really build up that anxiety in the listener. And then say, and here's what'll happen. 60% of stuff ships late. 8% is defective. And I like that you said that, but the only thing I would do is, it's almost like I'm waiting for the and, which causes customers to be angry, sales to be lost, customer service to go down, like boom, boom, boom. And then here's my what if. What if, call to action.
Yeah, I know.
You call to action. But my biggest what if is, what if you left the sheet behind
Yes,
in your hand?
I know.
You didn't need it. You really didn't. And here's what I would say. There's no one in this room that's a more of an expert than you in this business idea. And there's probably going to be no one that you ever talk to that's a bigger expert in your business than you are. So you don't have to hit on everything. I just want to believe, and you are believable, and that kills your credibility, but I'm telling you, you don't even need it. Because let's say you're supposed to say A, B, C, D, E, F. But what happens if you only say A, C, and F? You're still going to get your point across. Right? And if you practice it well enough, you go A, C, D, E, F, and then in the midst you'll be like, I forgot B. And then you'll go A, C, D, B, E, F. It'll just flow like that. So think of it as an elevator pitch as a combination of sound bites. Sound bite, here, this is why I'm on my title, sound bite. Story, this is the problem solved, sound bite. Customer segment research, sound bite. Competitors by name, use them by name. Under the bus, sound bite. And it's almost like if you guys practice your elevator pitches with people, they should do this to you. Competitors. Our competitors are ba, 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 ba. And they go, introduction. My name is Sarah, and customer story. You'll understand if it's wrong, you should be able to cut. If you can do it like that and you practice it like that, just people throw out, give me F, give me B, give me D, give me F again, give me A. You feel comfortable doing all those, man, you can do it in front of people. Nice job.
Jeremiah with Sunset Technologies.
I only really got 30 seconds for you guys. I feel bad that it wasn't longer than that, but here's my 30-second elevator pitch.
Yeah, do you want me to time you? Is that what you're looking
I got under 35 seconds, but
You know
just
what,
to make
then?
sure.
You know what,
real
I
time,
think that's a
let's try it out.
challenge, that's a throwdown challenge.
All right, let's do it.
And wait just a sec, stopwatch, and
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeremiah Brennan, co-founder of Central Technologies and developer of the Visual Translator mobile application, a tool designed to help immigrants hurdle the language barrier and secure employment in the U.S. Growing up as a second-generation American, I endured all the economic hardships associated with being an immigrant family and trying to assimilate in an already hyper-competitive U.S. domestic labor force. By providing digital job postings and blue-collar workplace translations, Visual Translator is uniquely equipped to help our users better prepare for and secure opportunities of employment that are right for them, all from the palm of their hand. Thank you.
Greg, that was pretty darn good. I gotta say, that's a good 35 seconds.
Thank you.
Okay. Have you ever won a pitch competition before?
I watched a lot of Shark Tank.
Yeah, I know you won a pitch competition last spring.
Yeah.
So, great intro. Fantastic. I'm gonna ask you to do your intro again. Like, just to the class, because he established himself, says what it is, what he does, and there's no jargon. There's not like, I'm a J2EE XML-based server that it's just like, this is the people that I'm trying to help, and this is the problem, here's how I'm solving that. Great intro. Oh, I love that. I love your story.
You helped me.
I love everybody's story. So, like Sarah, like part of yours is, and I have 15 years of industry experience feeling that pain, and that's why I'm in the run to solve it. Like, bring in your stories. Like, because we want to connect, people want to connect with people. You know what I mean? Okay. I wish you would have brought up competitors and thrown them under the bus.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, I shouldn't do that in there.
Unlike
LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Monster, Indeed.
and then throw them under the bus.
Right.
Unlike those static jobs, job finding, but you also had other ones like Duolingo, like what
Yeah, translation service apps like Duolingo, Google Translate, Rosetta Stone.
Throw a couple of those in.
Right.
Like, what's one that can teach you just how to speak a different language?
Yeah, so I would say something like, unlike Duolingo, will teach you how to say your favorite flavor of ice cream before they help you familiarize yourself with your target work environment.
So, and that's awesome because he's bringing up a competitor and he's throwing them under the bus. It's like, yeah, you could use Duolingo if you want to say, like, where is the library? But if you need to know what specific tool, what specific setting, and you could even ratchet up, that becomes a safety issue, that becomes a productivity issue. Nothing can help you like ours can. Can you do your intro story? Like I'm going to give you one of these just to stop. But start from the beginning. I'll give you one of these and you're good.
All right, cool. So I said, good evening, everyone. My name is Jeremiah Brennan, co-founder of Essential Technologies and developer of the Visual Translator mobile application, a tool designed to help immigrants hurdle the language barrier and secure employment opportunities in the U.S.
Okay, right there. Like right there, I get it. Visual translator. Now I think you could, and I don't know if you do it later, I don't think you do German, you could add a little bit about what it is. Mm-hmm. And what the visual translator is, it is dual language translation, and don't use, that doesn't sound good, but like, from native language to English, or English to native language with photos. Mm-hmm. Just go, oh, yeah, I get it, right? Okay. But I love the story. I love the story, okay? What was your close?
My close, I did it in like 3 stanzas. So the close was, by providing digital job postings and blue-collar workplace translations, Visual Translator is uniquely qualified to help our users better prepare for and secure employment opportunities in the U.S. that fit their needs.
Great. Now what? Last piece.
You call to action?
Call to action.
Yeah.
Right? If you believe as strongly as I do that whatever your sometimes whatever your hook is in the beginning, you follow back up at the end. Like it's like you create this tension, and at the end you resolve it. Hey, if you believe like I do that creating a more productive workforce for people that are new Americans and in a safe environment and productive, then please
Yeah.
Nice job.
Next up, we have Christy.
I do not have this memorized, but I have a shirt.
Oh, excellent. We love props.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
All right. My name is Christy Ganivas, and I am the founder of Porcupine Tap and Bottle Shop. I actually, by trade, am a teacher, and like most teachers, I had to have a side hustle. My side hustle was bartending. I bartended for over a decade, and when I first stepped behind that bar, I didn't know anything about beer. I couldn't tell you the difference between a lager and a stout, and I could tell you that I learned more about my community and about beer being behind that bar than I have done most of the things that I've done in my life. So it's been a great experience, but the one question I get asked the most as a bartender is, what do you have that's local? I get asked that every single shift. And what's disappointing is I don't always have something to offer. I have an affinity for small businesses and for craft beer, and I would love to marry the two things. So what this tap and bottle house will do is basically be hyper local and focus on the flagships being Erie County breweries. In this bottle shop and tap house, we will have all of the local brews available, unlike any other place that you go to in Erie. If you walk into a place, say on Pittsburgh Avenue, they call themselves the House of Beer, you'll see neon lights and a floor that looks like a cafeteria, and you'll be lucky if you get one, maybe two of the local breweries being offered at that time. So this place will always have them as a flagship. Something that's interesting about craft beer as well is over 40% of people that are 21 and over drink craft beer, and that's expanding 1 to 2% every single year. It has for the past decade, and it's assumed that it will for the next decade to come. So it's always increasing. Domestic beers, when you think of beers of like your Bud Light, your Labatt, just this past year went down 2%, whereas craft went up 4%. So there's quite a difference here. But when you walk into this bottle and tap shop, you're going to experience local. And why is that important? Why do people care about that? Because people want to experience the town they live in. And that's not just doing things like going to Presque Isle or going to your favorite local restaurant. That's also tasting it too. So that's for the people that live in this town, and that's for the visitors as well. So along with having a great selection and focusing on independent breweries only, and of course, hyper local, we're also going to have a point of sale system where you can curate your own 6 to 12 pack. Because if I've learned anything during the pandemic, it's the value of pickup and delivery. So we will certainly have that available. And if you love trying something new, and if you're worried that you can't, I promise you that if there's a domestic you like, you'll be able to come into our store and we'll find something that you like just as well, or if not better. That's all. I missed like 5
Sign me up. But you know what? We don't know that.
No, we don't.
I know,
Right?
But I think that's the key, though. Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
So you sounded great. So just stand up there and go, yeah, I sounded great, right? You know, like, you don't have to apologize because it sounded good. So here's what I like the backstory. I'm a teacher by profession, but I like that. It kind of drives me in, and it also establishes your credibility. That you actually know, you've worked in the bar scene, you understand what it's all about. So great. Hi, I'm Christy, and I'm this person, and then the backstory. I like the concept of, and the question I got asked all the time is, what is local? And I actually think you could probably build your elevator pitch around that thing. What is local? And keep coming back to it and then end with that.
Okay.
Maybe, right? I actually like it.
Yeah.
And I even like hyper-local. You got to debate, is local enough? Probably.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what hyper-local is.
Yeah.
Is it actually getting it? So, yeah. But
Yeah.
I like the backstory. I loved you threw that one competitor under the bus, right? Love that. I love the ending, good ending. Because you kind of, I knew you were finishing up. Because you're like, it was like, oh, okay, she's done here, so really good job. Love the statistic, 40% of people buy craft brews, and it's growing every year. Okay, so I wish you told me at the beginning what your company was.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because it took me a while to figure out what you were doing. So I think if you said hi, Chris, is it Genubis?
Genebus.
Yeah. I'm Christy Genebus, the founder of
Porcupine Tap and Bar.
Porcupine, which is lay it out there. And then the one thing I would say is, you say tap house and bottle shop.
Yeah, that's okay.
So you may want to say,
Yeah.
I am the founder of Porcupine, which is a tap house and bottle shop. And all that means is we serve, what makes it a tap house?
So just having anything on tap.
So all our beers are served on tap. And the bottle house part is?
Bottles or cans, I guess, technically.
Of beer or wine?
It's going to be beer. Yeah.
See, I thought it was wine.
Okay.
I thought bottle house was.
Yeah.
So it's okay to say that. Say, Porcupine is a tap house and bottle shop. And all we mean by that is we not only have an extensive selection of beers on tap, we also have many more in bottles and cans as well. But our focus is on
Our local, our
local craft beers. When I was, as a teacher, and then you get into that story, I always heard, what is local? Now you're hitting on the local thing again. Local. And then you say 40%. The one thing I would say is, I don't think you have to get into the domestic beers going lower. I think if you just say,
Okay.
this market has grown by 40% in,
Oh,
no, it's 40% of the market.
It's 40% now, and it's going up 1 to 2% every year.
So it is a major piece of the market, and it's growing. I think I'm good there.
Okay.
The only thing maybe when you throw a couple competitors under the bus.
Sure.
Again, you can go to a local bar and you can get like Coors Light and a Budweiser, but you can get that in your house.
Yeah.
Or you could go to this place with the neon lights but are you there for ultraviolet screening? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Throw them under the bus, You go to a pop-in bottle shop, but you're just getting the basics.
Yeah.
Maybe there's someone that's higher level, or you could go to the snobatorium, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Get a chance to throw them all under the bus.
Okay.
And say, what we offer is this.
Yeah.
And then you have the points of your value proposition.
Okay.
Domestic, or local drafts, the ability to create your own.
Curate your own, 6 to 12, yeah.
Think about it as like bullet points that you're just gonna go. And here's what we offer. Local drafts, curate your own list, just quick. Sound bites, that's what I'm talking about. Make sure they're all sound bites.
Okay.
So each is a sound bite, just boom, 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 boom. And that was great.
Okay.
Nice job.
Perfect. Next up, we have Ken. Yes, ladies, okay? I ain't gonna fight over who's going last.
It's okay. Oh my.
I'm going to hope I don't try to use my phone.
You're gonna be just fine,
I think
because
so.
we don't know what you're gonna say,
Right?
right? So,
So I am Kendrick Tate. I am the founder of Roundtable Media. So social media has become a massive factor in our lives. People stream their content on YouTube and Twitch. They promote services and products on Instagram and Facebook. They do viral dance videos and things on TikTok, or they wreak havoc on the stock market from Reddit memes. So communities are coming together in massive ways, and they're forming massive cultures. With Roundtable Media, I'm looking to create a media culture in Erie that promotes assistance to small businesses and restaurants in particular to create a unifying culture of the restaurants and eateries around the city. I'll offer photo and video services. That was tough.
So you're in your service, all the things you're gonna offer.
Okay. I offer photo and video services.
Good.
Assisting them with establishing an online presence through our brand, and giving them a regular and consolidated outlet to promote the variety of food offerings that we have in the city. And there was a way I was going to end that, but I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, all right. Nice job. Okay, here's what I like. I really like your intro, right? Again, you guys are all doing this so well. Hi, I'm Ken, and I'm the founder of, it's like, okay, you are the person that's in charge. So you all have done that. I think that's wonderful. I like how you talked about like the social media is a central part of our lives. And I was you were telling me a story, and I was interested in that story. I love the humor, right? The Reddit, GameStop. It's so topical. It's funny. It's like, okay, you got a good sense of humor. Like, it was really nice. Okay. I love this idea that you got to later about culture. Like you're trying to create a culture, and it's kind of like, with Christy about the concept of like, make it local, introduce local, talk about local, end with local. I think the central secret sauce, cool thing about your idea is this culture cultivation, something like that.
Yes.
I liked it. I would do the same thing I said to Christy. I would intersperse it. Like talk about what your company is. We're about creating culture, then bring that in the middle, then leave it at the end, because I think that's kind of cool. Now, if that's not the central part, don't do it. But it seemed like that was a big part of the message. Yeah. Okay. I wish you described the company right at the beginning. And know it's a little kind of like, hi, I'm Ken, and I am the founder of
Roundtable Media.
Roundtable Media. Roundtable Media is a
social media marketing company.
Okay, that focuses on
restaurants and food entrepreneurs to promote a culture of.
Ooh, perfect. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So you would complete that, but you got to give us that up front. Otherwise, I'm into the story, but then I'm like, where's the story going? If you said immediately, I'm Ken, and I'm the founder of Roundtable Media. Roundtable Media is say it again.
Social media marketing company.
Focusing on
food entrepreneurs and restaurants.
To
promote a food culture in the city here.
There you go. So, and then you say that, and then you go, so, as you know, social media is a central part of our lives. And I like it, so all good, right? And then what I would do at the end is bring that back. So, and kind of as a story, at the end of your story, it's like, so, as I said, social media is such an important part of our current day culture that any bar and restaurant that doesn't have it as part of their marketing campaign about their customer acquisition, maybe not customer acquisition, that's a little bit too businessy, but it's all about, if a bar or restaurant isn't using social media to attract customers and keep them and inform them and maintain them and encourage them, those types of words, then you need, gosh, I keep forgetting.
Roundtable Media.
You need Roundtable Media. And then call to action. So if you believe as strongly that I do, that entrepreneurial bars and restaurants could benefit from this, then I'd love to have a meeting to talk with you further about whatever it is. I'd love to talk to you about getting a loan. I'd love to talk to you about you invest. I'd love to talk to you about being a customer. The person who owns the bar or restaurant. Nice job.
In my head, I'm doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Letitia! Woo!
Is this thing being recorded?
Yeah. What?
Is this being recorded?
Of course it is.
Good, because I'm not going to be able to remember everything you're going to say.
That's only fine.
Okay. Oh, bless us, Jesus.
Woo. And remember, we don't know what you're going to say.
I'm hoping I remember what I'm going to say. Okay. So let me start this thing off. First by asking you guys a couple of quick questions. Anybody know a shy kid? How about a quiet kid? What about that one kid that you may know that you see heading down the wrong road in life? Yeah, I was that kid a long time ago. I come from a family of 5, and I'm the middle child of 5. So yeah, growing up, I felt every bit of the middle child syndrome. I felt awkward, I felt weird, I felt like I didn't belong. I didn't have a voice. I was voiceless. And because of that, I found myself getting into a lot of things that I had no business being into. And in doing that, those things led me, oh God, to being placed over 20 times in the Edmonell Detention Center here in Erie, Pennsylvania. Ultimately, I had visited that place so much, I was placed in the Newcastle YDC maximum security for children, trying to fit in. I was trying to find myself. So yeah, I was on that road that seemed like I was just gonna be a can't get right all my life, you know what I mean? But I found dance. And when I found dance, it provided an opportunity for me, oh God, to finally find my voice. I was able to build up my self-confidence. I also had the opportunity to connect with other people on a positive level, doing the same things that I love to do. And because of that, I fast forwarded to now, I've changed my life around. And I owe a big part of that to dance. So now I'm in a position where I get to offer the joy of dance to others so that they too can see, the possibilities that dance can provide. My name is Letitia Moffitt, and I am a brand new small business owner right here in the city of Erie. The name of my business is called In Purpose Studios. And at In Purpose Studios, what we do is we help people find their voice. And then we get to watch their self-confidence rise as a result of that. So yeah, it's actually a total honor for me to have made it out, to be able to extend my hand back and assist others to coming out. So if this sounds like something that's interesting to you, or maybe even somebody you know, what I would do is point you guys right to inpurposestudios.com, where you can look on our website. We have classes for just about everything. I'm sure you'll find something you like. And when you do, we believe so much in this. Your first class will be on us. You call us, get yourself set up with a free trial, and then we'll take it from there. We hope to see you or somebody you know real soon. God bless y'all.
So Letitia, what's the name of the studio?
In Purpose Studio.
In Purpose.
Yes.
Studio. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, you have it's entirely, you're gonna have people in tears.
Good, yeah.
Right, so that's a very good thing, okay? So you got such a powerful story. So normally I would say, like I think someone else started, Jeremy started with questions. Typically I'm not a big fan of questions because if you don't get the right answer, you kind of stalled out. I wouldn't say that about you. I really liked the questions because the questions were, did you ever know a kid that was shy? Well, yeah, I was, or I know, yeah, okay. So they were almost like rhetorical questions because everybody's gonna say, yeah, I've seen that. So I really like that, okay? And then you personalized it with your story, very powerful.
Thank you.
I love the can't get right. Have you ever, can you say that section again? Have you ever met, what was it? Sorry.
I said something to the effect of, I was on that road, I had been placed in a maximum security detention center for youth, and it just seemed like I was gonna be a can't get right all the rest of my life.
I don't love that, but I love that message, and I love that soundbite of words. I thought I was going to be a can't get right for the rest of my life. I think that's very powerful and a nice summary to the story. And then that you found your voice. So I kind of like that can't get right aspect of it. And again, you might want to like you put that in the beginning, and you kind of work it. Like we're here to make sure that other kids and adults aren't in the can't get right. And we're here to help them find their voice. And at the end, you can say, hey, listen, if you know someone who's in the danger of being in the can't get right, and you want to get them to the I can get right, or whatever it is, that could be a cool thread. Okay, so that's all the things I liked. So I love your story. Make sure it's a story with a purpose. And all that means is just tightening it up a little bit. So it's a narrative leading to a aha moment. So that's it. That's it. The other thing is when you talked about the detention center and you use like YDC. The only thing I would suggest is try to don't use acronyms, because not everybody might. I didn't know what a YDC is. Now, when you talked about it later, you actually said, I was in a youth detention center, or I would use those. Like when I was younger, I was 10 times I was in a. What'd you say?
Oh God, I said I was placed in the Edmonell Youth Detention Center here in Erie, Pennsylvania, over 20 times.
Yeah. Now, depending on who you're talking, if you're talking to someone from Erie, that might be appropriate. If you're talking like trying to raise funds from Pittsburgh, just make it more general. Like, I was in and out of a youth detention center. And then at one point I actually was
placed in a maximum security detention center in Newcastle, PA, for children.
I mean, not good again, but right messaging. And then the whole, I always thought I would be, I can't get right. I love that. I love that story, because it's a story of redemption, and that's going to sell. Okay, and then what if? It all depends on who you're talking to, right? What your ending would be. So I kind of by your ending, you said, hey, if you're interested, go to inpurposestudios.com, sign up, which would be fine if you're talking to, kids or parents or that. If you're talking to an investor, you would say, here's my card, like contact, or someone who's a grant writer or a partner, it'd be like, here's my information. You can always work in, like In Purpose Studios, where the first class is always free. It's almost like a tagline, like Coke. Coke is the real thing. It's kind of like In Purpose Studios. This is going to be not right. So you're going to do a much better job than I'm about to do. But it's like In Purpose Studios, where we take you from can't get right to right on track. And the first class is always free. That's kind of like just flows. You're going to do a much better job than I did. But you can have that, right? It's kind of like your tagline, your motto. In Purpose Studios, we take kids that can't get right and we get them on the right track, whatever it is.
In Purpose Studios, where we move in purpose, on purpose, for your purpose.
No, I love that. That definitely should be in there, okay? Oh, the other thing, I love the story, but it was so far down, like who you were and why you were talking to me. So it's like, I got your story, but again, I didn't understand the purpose of the story. So just like I told a couple other people, I would probably start off and say, hi, I'm Letitia. I'm what would you call yourself?
I'm the owner of In Purpose Studios.
Okay. I like owner. I like founder better, but I did a better word, I think. I can't think of who's in charge of a dance studio.
Oh God.
There's like a
Director.
I'm the director. That's it. Yeah, like you're the director of the New York City Ballet, right? I'm the director of the, or maybe dance director. I don't studio director. I'm the founder and dance director of In Purpose Studios. So, hi, I'm Letitia. I'm the founder and director of In Purpose Studios, a studio that is aimed, and not, I love the slogan, but not talking about, tell me what it is. A studio that's aimed at
helping children find their voice and connect with music and rhythm.
Love it. You tell me that up front, And then you go into your story, and now I have a place, like, I'm like, where's the story going? I love the story, but I'm like, where's the story going? You give me that at the front, and you're going, here is where the story is relevant. And now I'm listening to the story through the eyes of the founder and artistic director of In Purpose Studios, a dance studio that's aimed at, again,
Helping children find their voice and connect with music and rhythm.
and then I go, okay, and then you tell me the story, and I'm like, okay, I get this. I see where this is going, right? This is cool, this is great, this is awesome, right? Nice job.
Thank you.
Nice job.
All right, so before, and I hate to do this to Diana, before we get to Diana, G has to go and present. Have you been emailing him? Because I tried and he's not responding to me.
Yeah, I actually just emailed him. He told me Kelly is still presenting. He's gonna give the students a break like after she's done, so I'm good.
Perfect, okay. Thank you, Kelly, for being a talker. Okay, so Diana Martin, come on up. Come on, Diana. You can do it.
You guys know, I failed speech class in high school twice, public speaking.
Well, you want me to tell you really funny to relax you?
Not.
My speech teacher came out of my neighbor's house in the morning when I was giving a speech that day. And what did I say? Okay. I didn't introduce myself. I said, hi, I'm Jerry Davis's neighbor. And I saw you coming out. So, Diana, you're gonna be just fine.
Okay.
Because remember, we don't know what you're saying. We don't know what you would be missing.
It's like your main intro.
Everybody got that.
Like Luca, you know?
Hey,
You know, I
Diana.
think I'm being made fun of.
You are the most expert
My
person.
speech is good.
All right, let's go.
All right then.
Let's
I
go.
don't like to be, like, I can sit down and talk just fine. And this is, just in case. Okay.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
No, hey, listen, this is, like I said, this is the toughest pitches that you'll ever do. So if you can do this, you can do anything, and you can do this.
Okay. Good evening, my name is Diana Martin, and I'm the curator of Blush and Polish Nail Studio. I'm sure some of you guys, especially the ladies in here, can remember their first time ever walking into the nail studio. I remember mine very vividly. I was a freshman in high school. I was getting ready to go to my first school dance, and I was so excited. I had my hair done, my makeup done, got the dress, the perfect shoes. It was time to get my nails done. I went with the classic acrylic French tip. You ladies know the style that we all did back in those days. 90s, 2000s, kind of tacky. I wouldn't be caught dead in it now. I remember two specific moments from my experience, my first experience at the nail salon. The first, I was in absolute awe of the detail that went into creating these little works of art on my fingers. The second, every client in that nail salon looked like me. We were all Black and brown women of color. Every nail technician was of Asian descent. 20-some years later, I'm working in the nail industry now. I love it. But the statistics are still the same. The industry is made up of 51% Vietnamese or Asian descent, as far as owners are concerned, 40% Caucasian, and only 5% white. And of all the services offered, about 84% of services offered across the nail industry board are toxic and unsafe for the clients. That is why I'm here today with a bold vision of merging systematic wellness with elevated nail care. Blush and Polish Nail Studio will only use safe, non-toxic products that ensure a healthy nail service that give the clients the confidence to switch up their nail art and add nail enhancements without compromising the integrity of their natural nail. Blush and Polish Studio specializes in non-toxic gel extensions, men's grooming, nail art, natural nails, e-file pedicures, and nail health consultations. We pride ourselves in acceptance of people and strive to promote diversity in the nail industry is for professionals. Thank you.
Diane, I thought that was great.
Whew.
Like you seemed right before. You seemed before to be very nervous. You seem now to be nervous. When you were presenting, I didn't get any nerves from you.
No, I'm just nervous.
No, but the thing is, just realize that when you're presenting, you do not come across that way.
Okay.
And eventually, you'll stop feeling as nervous before and as nervous after. But just realize, like, I was actually worried. I'm like, oh boy, this could be tough. You actually did a great job. Mm-hmm. So you know you can do a great job, even though you're nervous before and after. Imagine what you'll do when you get that down and the nerves go down. You're gonna kill it, okay? So here's what I liked. Energy, love the energy. It's kind of like Letitia, when we talked, you know, like instead of founder, maybe like creative director. I love you went with, on the curator. Mm-hmm. Love that. Yeah, that's right. You had your stuff. You were prepared. I like that. I love that kind of put you in the. I've never had my nails done. Okay. But you put me in the, I saw through your eyes. Like you said, remember the first time? And it was very conversational. A thing about an elevator pitch, it should be very conversational. Do you remember the first time walking in, the first time you got your nails done, you were talking about when you were gonna go to a dance and you added a little, you know, the French tip, whatever, and yeah, like that's tacky now, but back then, you know, I love that, great humor. I like the concept of little works of art. It's almost like I want you to, because I believe that's your passion. Like each nail that's done, it's a little work of art. It's very personalized. It's very, it's not nails. It's a little, it's little works of art. And you may want to hit on that a little bit more. Okay. You feel comfortable. That's what you do. Mm-hmm. I saw little works of art that day. And I realized that I wanted to let my own art come through, right? Mm-hmm. Something like that, if that feels comfortable to you. Mm-hmm. I love the 54% toxic, like the stats. Was it 54% toxic?
84%.
84, even better. You may want to just describe, 84% is toxic, which means, like it can poison you, it can kill your nail bed, maybe just a little bit more. 20 years of experience, I love.
20 years later.
20 years later.
But I have 11 years of experience.
20 years later. I understood and I don't. You said it's 51% Vietnamese.
Vietnamese or Asian descent. It's when it comes to the owners.
Okay, 40%.
Caucasian.
And then 5%.
Black.
Oh, black. I think you said 5% white, but that's okay.
I might have. Because out of my head, I was like, should I just say white or should I say Caucasian? Which one's politically correct? These days, everyone gets offended about everything.
I would personally go with white.
Okay.
But here's the deal. That's part of your business. Mm-hmm. Then that's a good statistic. Okay. But I didn't see the relevancy. Like if you're like, I thought this was like 51% of the people that work in the shops are Vietnamese. And 40% are Caucasian, and only 5% are black. And at our nail salon, what we want to do is but I didn't see that story.
They work in, I meant, I guess, work.
Okay.
That are I don't know.
No, but if that's part of your story, like I want to give people of color more opportunity to this, then those statistics are great. But those statistics by themselves, I just wasn't sure the relevance. Okay. So if it's relevant and it's part of your story, put it in there, but include the story.
Okay.
Like, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to provide opportunity. Okay, that's part of the story.
So do you think when I was telling this story about my first experience in high school, and I said that the memory that I have was that all the clientele looked like me, and all of the technicians were Asian.
Yeah.
Does that connect them enough or no?
This is, listen to everybody, follow no one, this is my opinion. It didn't connect to me.
Okay.
Just because I'd want you to have hit it a little bit harder. Like you may have said, when I was there, whatever the stats were. And now that I'm pursuing that, I want to make sure I provide opportunities for, people of color. If that's part of it.
Okay.
And if it's not, it doesn't.
What if I add in my experience? Go ahead.
Yeah.
But I related to it.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm female, because half the time when you go to a salon and I'm white and everyone else is of Asian descent, they're talking amongst themselves in their language and they're not talking to me. And I am paying for my nails and a little foo-foo, chit-chatty time about nothing. And we're not chit-chatting because they're just talking across the salon. So it resonated. I don't know about the rest of you ladies, but that did resonate with me.
Well, actually, the story of you in high school, that resonated.
Okay.
I didn't see the link to the 51% Vietnamese, 40% Caucasian.
So what if I added that in my 11 years experience in the nail industry, I've only ever been able to work for, at a typical Asian.
Sure.
Or like now, a white salon, does that?
And I like it if there's and so what to it.
Okay.
And therefore, I've decided I wanted to create a nail salon that's more inclusive. Like if there's a,
I think I added that, but it's at the end, so maybe I need to bring it up sooner.
You also talked about, and I couldn't get the words, but I loved them. Systematic something with
Systematic health. Merging systematic health and an elevated nail service.
Yeah, but was it wellness?
I might have said wellness.
Plus there was the word bold in there too. You said bold, which I thought.
No, but I liked that. It was sound bite-ish. And then another thing that I liked is you listed all your services. And it was sound bite, like bullet points. Really good, loved it. The only thing I would suggest, so what if? I would suggest that you practice like that A, B, C, D, E, F thing. That you have your different points. So if I'm going to practice with you, I'm going to say, give me your services. Tell me your services.
Safe and non-toxic gel extensions, nail art, natural nails, men's grooming, dry e-file pedicures, and nail health consultations.
Great. If I said, first time walking in.
The first time I walked into a nail salon, my key takeaways, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like that. And just get someone to give you that little like, give me your services. Do your intro. And then have a call to action at the end, right?
Okay.
Great job.
Thank you.
Awesome. Kurt, thank you so much for the awesome feedback that you gave everybody. Awesome.
I have to go.
You can stay.
No, I have to go.
Oh, you may go.
Yes. Hey, guys, good luck with everything.
Thank you.
If you guys have questions on the marketing section, please contact me, right, obviously. But also, if you want to run through elevator pitches or presentations or whatever, please let me know. The one thing I would say, take your opportunity to practice it with everybody. So make sure you're trying to practice to someone though. Because you can do it out loud, or you don't do it in your head. Like if you're gonna do it alone, do it out loud. Maybe record it, but ask a brother, a sister, a friend, a cousin, a niece, just pitch it, get their feedback.
And Jordan said, great job, everyone. He's on the screen, so thank you. All right, so now we are going to skip ahead because I know Jeremy has to present and I know Christy has a meeting that she's kind of into. Brad, did you want to get the super special thing out and you can just do the one thing for everyone? Thanks, Jordan. Okay. Right, I was just trying to find something here that I did, but I don't think that's gonna work. So anyway, I had common circumstance music, but anyway, so now comes the fun part of the presentation because we are so proud of you. I mean, give yourselves a hand because you all came to every single one. So that was a big commitment. You all have families, you have lives, so really appreciate it. So first up, graduating is Jeremy Page. Yay! Congratulations, sir. That's for your fridge. Next up, we have Christy. You did it. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you very much.
And I can't wait for that to open.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Can't wait for that to open. Jeremiah Brennan! Look at that. Congratulations. Sarah Hanks! Congratulations. You're a nice job dressing up from when I saw you earlier. Diana Morgan! Woo! You definitely want to go to your nail salon. So, I can even be a practice person. Letitia Muppet! Now, it was funny because you should have done the dance spin instead of Diana. I was a little confused. And Ken Tate! Congratulations for coming. So, as we wrap up, we also, for those of you who can't stay for a couple minutes, we do have champagne to celebrate. So, Brad, if you want to close
You've
it
got a lot
out.
of great advice tonight, so I don't want to pile on with advice, it's overload. But I think Kendrick said it earlier, and it's important to just talk about, take your business and treat it like you would relationships. You're vulnerable, we all are when we start a business, so own it and accept it, go out there and make relationships. You're building a community and a legacy for behind you. The people coming up need your help, so embrace it, be a relationship person, build that community. Just keep that in mind as you go along. It's okay to be vulnerable, but build relationships and you guys will do just fine. So congratulations, I'm amazed by the attendance. This has been outstanding the last 8 weeks.
So, does everybody like champagne? So, Brad, I'm going to have you do it because I'm afraid of that cork. Always frightens me, and I'm going to stop recording
Whatever can happen.
so we don't have.
No evidence.
There is no evidence.
That's so cool.
Jordan and Dave, thank you so much.
So earlier said hi.
I don't know what I did. But Jordan and Dave, thank you so much. Dave Cullen said, great night, congratulations to all, and Jordan is going to email some feedback from your pitches, so I will be sharing that with everybody as well.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you so much, everybody.
So